This is the Bloody Disgusting Podcast Network.
The following contains mature subject matter, coarse language, intense situations, and is meant for an adult audience. Listener discretion is advised. An innocent mistake, a lapse of judgment, might seem harmless and insignificant. But oh, what chaos can be unleashed by upsetting nature's balance. Bleeder's Digest, issue number 14. She doesn't really like rabbits. For a heightened experience, watch the film on bleedersdigest.com. That's Bleeders, DIEgest.com, and on our YouTube page.
This story is called She Doesn't Really Like Rabbits by Spider One. Kat was a pretty girl in her 30s. She lived alone. She had lived with her boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend. That didn't work out, but it didn't discourage her. Someone was out there for her, but for now it wasn't priority. Priority was work and family. In particular, her niece, Lucy. Lucy was 7 and at the center of Kat's universe. Kat had always been close with her sister, and when Lucy came along, that bond grew even stronger. She never missed a weekend visit and prided herself in her role as the cool aunt. So this coming weekend was no different, and as always, Kat needed to find a special gift for little Lucy. She wandered the aisles of the local toy store. Superhero action figures, Nerf guns, and Barbies lined the shelves, but nothing seemed that special. Kat continued to browse until finally something caught her attention. Out of place among the mass-manufactured standard toy fare sat a little stuffed rabbit. Only one, as if lost and lonely in a sea of plastic. Kat slowly approached the little guy. She stood in front of him and looked deep into his little black eyes and said,
"Hi. You look like you might need a friend."
Back in the car, Kat drives with her new companion securely seatbelted in the passenger seat. She glances over at him and smiles.
"Call Sis,"
Kat commands. Her car promptly replies.
"Calling Sis."
Hello?
Hey. It's me. How's it going over there?
Oh, it's going.
Is my perfect angel of a niece ready to hang out with her cool Auntie Kat tomorrow?
She's very excited.
Yay, me too. Oh, I got her a very cute fuzzy bunny rabbit that she will love.
A rabbit?
Yeah. That okay?
I don't know. She just doesn't really like rabbits.
Really? What little girl doesn't like rabbits?
I know, it's weird. She kind of freaks out when she sees them.
Kat glances back at her stuffed rabbit companion and shrugs. Still looks cute to her.
Okay. No, well, I can grab something different in the morning.
You don't have to. I'm sure it will be fine.
No, I'll get her something else. Haven't seen her in a week. The last thing I want is her crying because I brought this terrifying beast to her.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'll see you at noon.
Okay. See you at noon. Bye.
Bye!
Kat continues on her drive, eventually making it home. She unlocks the front door and enters juggling a couple bags of groceries, with a little white rabbit balancing on top. She puts the groceries onto the kitchen counter and gently places her little friend on a nearby couch.
Sit tight. I'm starving.
Moments later, she pours herself a glass of wine and begins to prepare herself dinner. She chops lettuce for a salad before putting the knife down to open the refrigerator and retrieve some carrots. Turning back to the counter, Kat goes for the knife, but it's gone. She looks around confused. It was right there a moment ago. For sure it was. Was she going crazy? She looks towards her rabbit friend, who is still cozy on the couch. With a smirk, Kat says,
Did you steal my knife?
After dinner, Kat cuddles on the couch with popcorn, her rabbit companion by her side. She watches an old science fiction movie from the 50s featuring radioactive mutant men from outer space. She pulls the little rabbit close and gives it a hug and a kiss on the top of the head. Glancing down at her date and realizing it's been months since she spent a romantic night with anybody. She figured at some point she would start dating again. She just never thought her first would be with a stuffed animal. Oh well, at least he doesn't talk during the movie, she thought. As the credits roll and the Earth has been saved from annihilation, Kat lets out a big yawn and clicks the TV off.
Time for bed, little guy. Tomorrow you go back to the store.
And just as the words leave Kat's mouth, there's a loud crash from the kitchen. Kat pauses in confusion. Her eyes widen. She looks to her friend, but he's no help. After a moment, she musters the courage and heads to the kitchen to investigate. With caution, she rounds the corner and peeks her head in. A drawer and 2 cabinets are open, and on the floor is the large knife that had mysteriously gone missing during dinner time.
What the fuck?
She mutters to herself.
I must be going crazy.
Kat picks up the knife and returns it to the drawer. She closes it along with the cabinets. Letting out a nervous sigh, she shakes it off and heads to bed. In her room, Kat plops the stuffed rabbit down on the chair in the bedroom. She washes up, brushes her teeth, puts on her PJs, and climbs into bed.
Okay, little rabbit. See you in the morning.
Kat lays her head back on the pillow. She is still for a moment, then springs up and eyes the rabbit. It stares back at her from across the dimmed room.
Don't look at me like that. It's not my fault the kid hates rabbits. Night-night.
Kat clicks the small lamp on her nightstand off. The room goes black. She pulls the covers higher, turns her back to the rabbit, and closes her eyes. Some hours have passed, and Kat is in a deep, deep sleep. The house is quiet. Only the sound of her breathing and a distant ticking of a clock can be heard. Though suddenly a cracking noise interrupts the blissful peace and wakes her. Kat's eyes open. They shift back and forth nervously. She sits up quickly and looks to the chair that she left the rabbit on before retiring for the night. It's gone. Her face scrunches and her eyes squint with confusion, but Kat's too tired to care. She falls back into bed. As her head hits the pillow, she immediately senses something isn't right. Cautiously, she turns her head to the side. Her eyes widen, and she is frozen in terror at the sight of a grotesque 6-foot-tall rabbit man laying in bed next to her. Panic-stricken, Kat springs up, but the rabbit man is fast and grabs her, slams her back down on the mattress, and gets on top of her. He grips tight around her neck. She punches and kicks and fights as hard as she can, but he's too strong. His hands squeeze tighter and tighter. He grunts and moans inhumanly as a thick black goo drools from his mouth, splashing onto Kat's face. Kat can't breathe. Her desperate gasps for air become more and more pointless. She expels one last feeble "help" before her eyes widen and roll to white as death closes in. Her body goes limp. Suddenly she gasps and springs upright in bed. The rabbit man is gone. It's morning. Sun beams in from the gaps in the bedroom curtain, and the sounds of birds chirping fill the morning air. It was only a dream. She looks to the chair. The stuffed bunny is where she left it last night. Innocent as can be. Kat shoots the rabbit a dirty look and springs out of bed. She stomps forward, grabs the little guy from the chair, and heads to the back door of the house. Once outside, Kat throws the stuffed rabbit into the trash and shoots it a dirty look. She slams the lid shut and turns to head back inside the house, but blocking her path is a towering, maniacal foxman gripping an axe. The fox lifts the axe and swings. The sharp, heavy blade splits Kat's skull in half, and she falls to the pavement. Her blood pours out and down towards the street gutter. She's dead. From inside the house, the sound of Kat's cell phone ringing can be heard. After a moment, the call goes to voicemail.
Hey, it's Kat. I can't answer the phone right now. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Bye. Hey, it's me. Just calling to tell you not to worry about Lucy and the whole rabbit thing. Turns out it's actually foxes that she hates. Anyway, see you at noon. Bye.
She Doesn't Really Like Rabbits, written and narrated by Spider One, featuring L. Riot Fox as Lucy, KRSY Fox as Kat, Michelle Carter as Sis. Engineered by Tyler Connolly. Production, sound design, and music by KRSY Fox. Theme music by Tyler Connolly, KRSY Fox, and Trevor Shand. Bleeders Digest is created and curated by Spider1, KRSY Fox, Trevor Shand, and Lauren Shand. Subscribe on your favorite podcast provider to never miss an episode. Bleeders Digest is a presentation of the Bloody Disgusting Podcast Network.